Hi guys, my name is Mayana and today I'm going to be teaching you guys the reading order for the Star Wars High Republic. I really love Star Wars. I got into it for the first time last year, and so when I talk about them, I've had a few people ask me, like, tell me that they want to get into Star Wars but they don't know where to start, and I think you should start with the High Republic. So I'm going to be doing this reading order. I don't think anyone's going to care, but it'll be nice to have a video to direct people to. So you don't need to know anything about Star Wars to jump into the series because it takes place 200 years before the Skywalker saga. So you really can just jump into this without knowing anything Star Wars is going to teach you. So it's really long. It's just a fun series to be reading along with, and it's not going to end until 2025, so you have plenty of time to catch up. And yeah, so I got my iPad here and I'm just gonna get into it. With the Star Wars High Republic, it has 3 phases, and so every phase has 3 waves, and so each book has an adult book, a YA book, and then a young reader, which I'm just gonna say middle grade for my own sake, right? So, and they also have comic books. I'm not going to talk about those, so I don't want to mess anybody else up and confuse anybody, so we're just going to talk about the main books, okay? So the first phase we have is phase 1, The Light of the Jedi. This takes place 200 years before the Skywalker saga. The first book that you're going to read is The Light of the Jedi, which is the adult one. You're going to read A Test of Courage, which is the middle grade, and Into the Dark, which is the YA one, and that is all wave 1. And then wave 2 is The Rising Storm, which is adult, Race to Crash Point Tower, which is middle grade, Out of the Shadows, which is YA. That's all phase 2. Phase 3 is The Tempest Runner, which is an audiobook drama, which they all are audiobook drama, but this one is like a script. And then you have Mission to Disaster, which is the middle grade, Fallen Star, which is the adult one, Midnight Horizon, which is the YA one. And then you jump into wave 2, which is the Quest of the Jedi, and this actually takes place 150 years before phase 1. So you can either read phase 1, 2, and 3, or you can read phase 2, 1, 3. So for wave 1, the first book is Path of Deceit, which is the YA book, Quest for the Hidden City, which is the middle grade one, Convergence, which is the adult one. I really enjoyed this book. And then you have wave 2, which is the Battle of Jediah, which is another audiobook script, Quest for Planet X, which is middle grade, and this one is my favorite one out of the entire series, like as a whole, Cataclysm, which is the adult one, and Path of Vengeance, which is the YA ones. Then we have phase 3, which is Trials of Jedi. So you have wave 1, which is The Eye of Darkness, and that's adult. Escape from Valo, and that's middle grade. Defy the Storm, that comes out March 5th, and that is YA. And then wave 2, which obviously none of these are out yet because it's currently coming out. So wave 2 we have Temptation of the Force, which comes out June 11th. Beware the Nameless, which comes out August 27th. Tears of the Nameless, which comes out September 24th. And then wave 3, all of them come out in 2025, and I can just give you the titles for those because they don't have a date. So Trials of the Jedi, A Valiant Now, Into the Light. And so yeah, I really love these Star Wars High Republic. I think they're very fun. You don't have to read all of them. Like, if you want to just read the adult ones, you can just read those. If you want to just read the YAs, you can just read those. If you just want to read the middle grade, you can just read those. You can read the adult in the middle grade and skip the YA. Read the middle grade in the YA one and skip the adults. I personally would say that you should read all of them. And this is coming from someone who only read the adult ones when I first started out. And then I ended up reading all of them because I was like, it was just so fun. I was like, I need everything and all the characters. And so I ended up going back to read everything, and my favorite one out of the entire series is the middle grade one, and that would have never happened if I would have just stuck to only reading the adult ones. I think these are very fun. It's very diverse. There's a lot of characters of color, there's a lot of queer characters, and then I mean, obviously it's going to be diverse. Like, they even have the comics. I do actually recommend you read the comics. Like, there are some characters, like some of my favorite characters out of like the entire series are in like each and every one of these. You have non-binary characters. Like, it's amazing. Like, I don't know what to say. Like, I would say read everything. I'm sorry, like, you're gonna have to do your own research for the comics, but yeah, they're a lot of fun. I really love them. I highly recommend them. You, like I said, you don't have to know anything about Star Wars. This is a great starting point for the books. And if you're like me, like obviously you're a reader, so if you're watching this, I would recommend reading them. I love franchises. I think they're so fun, and I love when franchises have something for readers, something for us to delve into. I love when a franchise is just huge and they have books and movies and TV shows and comics, and they just have little something for everyone. That's why I love the Buffyverse, because it has something for everyone. They have books, they have the TV show, they have the movie. They only have one movie, but they have the comics. Like, they have something for everyone, and that's what I love. Like Doctor Who as well. And so I just love a big franchise, because anybody can pull off a franchise. Like, look at fucking Marvel. Anybody can pull out a franchise. But when you can do books, and then you can do YA books, middle grade books, adult books, like, and they're not just like, oh, like this is what the world looks like, when they're really like, they give and add to the lore. That's another thing. When franchises have books that like add to the lore, and not just something that's just like, oh, this is a fun little book for readers that I'm gonna throw in. Like the High Republic books literally have, like, it adds to the lore, it adds to the story, it adds to it. And they're also going to be adapting a TV show called The Acolytes. I'm very excited for it. Amanda Listenberg is in it. I love them. And so I'm very excited for The Acolytes, and that should be the High Republic era. I don't know if they're gonna have any High Republic characters. I don't think they are, but it's gonna be like that era, which I think is gonna be fun to see it like visually. And I really hope that they do adapt the High Republic more, because I actually find it a little bit more interesting than like the Skywalker Saga. Like the Skywalker Saga is fun, yes, but it's just something about like everything, like as a whole, like the TV shows, the books, the animated shows, like this is just me fangirling out for like 20 minutes straight, sorry. But yeah, I really like them. The adult books are really fun. The middle grade ones are always really fun. Like the middle grade ones always get like a 3 or 4 star from me, just because of like how quick, and like the characters are so cute, and it's just so fun. Like they're just like, please, if you just don't skip the middle grade. Like if you skip anything else, just don't skip the middle grade. And it's a nice break, because the books do get dark. Like, it's not cutesy, like, come on now, they do get dark, and it does get really sad. So the YA ones are a good like fun break. They're like, they go on adventures, they do random shit, like they're kids, and it's so fun. Like, please get into it. So yeah, that is it for this video. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, and I'll see you guys in the next one.